Hello, Collective. Welcome to the Power of Three and another haunted story reading. It's April 2024, and this is the first one we're going to do this month. It's a haunted story reading, so it could and probably resonates and is real and alive somewhere on the planet, but the chances of it resonating with any of you are slim to none. By all means, if it does, or if you know it's something that you've read about or heard about, leave a comment if you feel you would like to. Other than that, just enjoy a haunted story reading, as that's basically what it will be for you. Got an interesting lineup and a deck that I'm to close with that I still can't wrap my head around. But anyway, we'll get there. Yeah, just sit back and relax, and I will do my best to bring this forth. We've got a storyline to begin with, and what it is, and we're going to be starting with a 3D, 5D for the energy of what's on the other side, but still kind of being heard and seen here and there. What it is either a family, or kind of what I'm picking up is a father and two daughters from quite a long time ago. And they, strict religious rules and practices is where I'll leave it. So, without further ado, guys, let's just get started with this haunted story reading. From our Heavenly Father, to start this off, pray always, you see. Now what I got, and you're going to see the overall energy, I'm going to bring it up with it, back up with it, because just the demeanor, okay? The head tilted, just the demeanor, okay? Pray always. The overall energy is coming from the gods and titans. And we got Helios here, cycles. But it's the demeanor of whatever that is, the dragon or whatever is being ridden. It's just kind of like the head tilt, the posture of the back of the neck and the shoulder lining with the Lord there. It's just like the cycles of prayer. So here's what I got. Strict religious rules where the children, these two girls, these two females, have to pray like, I think it's like, I don't know, when they get up, before they eat, when they're done eating, at like 5 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, like it's like very strict, and they have all these jobs to do in between. Not a very nice life, I will say that. Supporting energy from the dark mirror, we got fated to suffer. I pick up on these two kind of secretly doing things that they want to do because they have to hide these things. These items, you know, that they're probably not allowed to have, use, see, whatever, due to a tyrant religious father. Now, these people are on the other side. And I feel like they are affecting a family, a household, and that's what we're going to look into now. We're going to start with the power of 3D, 5D, and just see what comes out about the energy, these energies that are on the other side. But still, I believe, living in their dwelling, or on the land, more so probably, is because that's how long ago, that's how old these spirits are. They might be haunting a dwelling that they did not actually inhabit, but their place did sit on that land at one time. Let's see though. For our haunted story reading for April 2023, thank you to the Holy Spirit and my guides for keeping us safe, guiding us through this haunted story reading, me and the listeners. What do we got? I prey on the weak and vulnerable. And this is, I feel like, our tyrant, religious, ruling father from yay back way that is still doing so on the other side. But let's see. I need closure for my death. I don't feel that's him. See the 2-2 at the top? I feel like it's these two. They both died relatively at the same time. And he followed soon after. I mean, like, within, minutes. One more, please. For our haunted story reading. I refuse to leave the place I haunt. Exactly. So now we'll look into what exactly they are doing. To haunt. We're going to use the horror tarot to clarify. So let's see what kind of horror, what is probably still going on for these three on the other side over and over again, how that's playing out for the living with the horror tarot. Or we're going to describe, no, they're saying we're going to describe more about the behavior that went on then and is still going on, and then we're going to look into with the haunted house how it's affecting the living. So right now we're going to look at I prey on the weak and vulnerable, which is him still, forcing these two, or however he went about forcing them to pray so many times a day, and all these chores and rules, and not allowed to do anything, and yada yada. Let's see. I prey on the weak and vulnerable. Hard to see. Knight of Pentacles. This is one of those apparitions that just sits real still like that, and you can kind of see their outline, and they just stare at you. And you can see that there's a face and eyes staring at you. That's preying on the vulnerable. To the ones that he deals with that are on the other side with him. They feared him in life, and they fear him in death on the other side. But this is also trying to prey on, he's trying to do the same thing with the vulnerable that are living. I need closure for my death. And the deaths, I feel like that's a plural for this story. And we have the Two of Swords. I need closure for my death. They can't rest until people decide to see the truth, to dig in, to learn what really happened. There's a secret to unveil. See the moon between those two swords? There's a secret that these two girls want everybody to know. Those two arms are from, one arm is from one out of the grave, and one is out of the other. They only have so much power and control on that side to get people to understand what they want to reveal about their death. about how they died and that they shouldn't have died when they did, or how they did. I refuse to leave the place I haunt. Too many, sorry. I refuse to leave the place I haunt. What do we have? We have temperance, timing, temperance, temperamental, stubborn. I refuse to leave the place I haunt. I refuse. That's what I'm. The temperance energy is like, it's emotional. It'll happen when it happens. It's one of those things that you can't control. The living can't control. Well, they can a little bit, but a lot of them don't know that, so we'll just leave that there. Let's see what's at the bottom. 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. What was supposed to be a happily ever after and was not. Was a big build-up of nothing burger, basically. This is the haunted house. So let's extra clarify this now and see how this is affecting the dwelling that now is there and the people that live in it. Cycles with fated to suffer. Clarify this overall energy of what is living in the dwelling with the living. 8 of Pentacles. Trying to entrap the living to follow the same religious rituals of, you know, complete compliance and ritualistic prayers and rules and control and cycles of generations over and over again being swallowed up. I prey on the weak and vulnerable with the Knight of Pentacles. Also a stubborn, non-budging energy. How is this affecting? 2 of Swords is here again. Well, it's not any easier. It's up to the living. See, the living has the swords in both hands, but a blindfold. There's a mystery to unveil. Things that you don't know, that you must dig deep, think, remember, ask, look it up. Figure it out. Who is it that you keep seeing in the hall? Who is it that you keep seeing in the closet? Who is it that you keep seeing in the corner staring at you? You do have a choice. Our living has a choice to either be vulnerable to this and weak, or figure out what is going on in their house and how they can get rid of it. 2 of Swords with I need closure for my death. 5 of Swords. I need closure for my death because I was stabbed in the back by somebody that was supposed to care for me. I feel like it was the help at the time that was instructed to take care of these two once and for all, as they were caught. They were caught with the said things that were hidden pleasures that they just wanted to enjoy. They were probably perfectly fine things, but when you're evil, when you're an evil tyrant, then you don't want to allow enjoyable things, nice things. You want to just control the thought, control everything. So these two were taken out by the help, by the maid, by the cook, by the one that was there to tend to their needs. Now was going to take away the very life that they had to begin with. Wow. And this is with the Two of Swords. And this is, you see, this is the energy that the living in the home now, in the dwelling now. It's not the same dwelling, but it's on the land. So these two girls, they're all three of them are there. He's trying to intimidate the living, okay? And the two girls are trying to get the living to be strong and brave enough to look into what happened way back when. Look into the history of the land that your home was put on, because it's probably a new house. But the land has history. This is the Temperance card, right? I refuse to leave the place I haunt. Well, Page of Pentacles with the Four of Cups. Page of Pentacles sitting there in a kind of a squatting position, just intently still staring at something, not budging. Grounded there, stuck there. Because those owls are indicating there's a reason for their spirit remaining for so many hundreds of years. Because their death was it was wrong. They were murdered, and it was so long ago, but it doesn't matter. They have remained. Four Cups. Four Cups. Nobody wants to have to deal with this, but when you get where it's getting it, it's kind of taking my words away from me here. When you keep seeing dark shadows in the corner, and you keep hearing little kids' voices, all the things that they're doing to get her attention so that she figures out who they are and why they're there, why they're stuck there, who the dark shadow is, staring at her, intimidating her, making her feel vulnerable. Well, the two girls are trying to tell her why and who it is, that they want to be freed. The owls are knowledge. Knowledge that must be, you must seek it. See, it's getting overwhelming where you can think of nothing else. I must figure this out. I must find a way to figure out who these spirits are. Why are they here? Why are they getting my attention? Why are they trying to scare me? Why are they trying to intimidate me? Why are they getting my attention? Bottom of the deck. It's starting to get very evil. It's starting to get very controlling and scary. It was demonic then, and it's the same energy. Now, of course, these haunted story readings, like any story, you have a mind's eye. You can see this playing out, your characters, any way you want it to. I, however, am going to get to this deck now. I have no idea. It's just to see what energy our character that is alive, that must decide and keep deciding, keep thinking, keep digging, keep looking to figure out, to do it's the land they need to do the history on. They need to do their homework as to and line up what they've heard, what they've seen with what says was there in the past, and then do some more homework to find out about the said people. You know, maybe even doing some sort of a, you know, spirit app to see what comes out or something like that. Like, it's going to take some effort, but in the meantime, this is the Tattoo Oracle, and we're going to see what energy comes out to just kind of stamp this envelope closed on this haunted story reading, and you can have it play out in your mind and continue it on any way you would like. But what's the energy that we're leaving our alive character in, working with the energies that they're working with, trying to figure out why they're there and what happened. Ship. It's going to be a scary, lonely time, just like when you're on a ship and you've got a long destination to go where there's no land in sight, and you're vulnerable to everything that the sea has to offer, including the weather, and most of all the weather. But when you dive into stuff like this, it could be kind of putting yourself out there in the middle of the ocean where you feel vulnerable, and you're putting yourself in places that you cannot unlearn and unsee things and unknow things anymore. Just know that you're in God's hands as you deal with this. I don't know why these things are meant to happen to some people, but for our character, you know, it could be a very long, scary voyage seeking the truth. But this ship can sail anywhere you want it to now, as I'm going to bring this haunted story reading to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. It's free. Subscribing is free. Commenting is free, if you would like to do so. And guys, until I see you again for another one, take care. Bye for now.